Tsetse Fly. In a world where massive crocodiles claim around 1,000 human lives each year, this tiny flying bugger puts a shame on that number. Moreover, it is one of the biggest reasons why this country can't make progress. I am talking about Tsetse Fly, a bug as big as 15 millimeters that claims over 10,000 human lives each year. And in this video, we'll tell you everything about it. They say size doesn't matter, and Tsetse Fly goes on to justify just that. Welcome to Untamed Animals. Let's get started. Blood-sucking fly. As I said, the infamous Tsetse Fly claims over 10,000 lives each year, and the disease it causes takes over 50,000 human lives. Oh, and did I mention that the Tsetse Fly is an obligate parasite, which means it can't survive if it does not feast on blood? Yep, you heard me right. Just like a mosquito, Tsetse Flies also feed on blood. So should we just call the fly BS? But unlike mosquitoes, both males and females need blood, and it can be blood from animals as well as humans. The fly has a proboscis, which helps to pierce through thick skin and reach the blood vessels. The fly then secretes saliva onto the incision, which has anticoagulant properties which prevents our platelets from clotting the blood, so it can continuously feed from the same incision at once. As if drinking blood was not enough, to make matters even worse, the saliva also happens to be full of disease-causing microbes that can prove deadly for humans and animals. Let's talk about that in the next section. The 15 millimeter packet of death. You see, when there's a parasite, you can be sure that they carry deadly microbes as well. And you guessed it, Tsetse Flies are no exception. They carry not one, not two, but 3 different types of symbiotes. These are Wigglesworthia, Sedalis, and Wolbachia. Let's find out more about these bacteria. Can you guess which one of these 3 is the villain? Wigglesworthia. Even though it sounds like a song for a spicy girl, Wigglesworthia glaucindia is an essential bacteria symbiote for Tsetse Flies. Since the fly relies on blood as food, it can't get all the nutrients. One of these nutrients is vitamin B, and this is where Wigglesworthia comes in. It helps in better digestion for the fly, as it produces vitamin B5, and even helps in better reproductive health for the fly. So it won't be wrong to call Wigglesworthia the good bacteria for Tsetse Fly. Sedalis. Where Wigglesworthia helps Tsetse Fly in digestion, Sedalis helps to keep them healthy. Imagine taking so many lives and relying on some bacteria to help in the immunity. Sedalis glaucindis is found in the midgut of the fly, and it helps in a healthy life. Wolbachia. If you guessed Wolbachia was the villain out of the 3 symbiotes, then you would be right. They are known as carriers that cause various mosquito-borne diseases like yellow fever and the Zika virus. Now, Wolbachia does not cause these issues per se. Instead, it helps travel these diseases in the flies. Moreover, when not in symbiosis, Wolbachia is known to cause elephantiasis in humans. But even Wolbachia is not the cause of so many deaths. Imagine having so many layers of disease-causing bacteria. Tsetse Flies are no doubt a threat to humanity. Trypanosomosis, the devil. Now let us talk about the worst thing that Tsetse Flies carry. This is the reason you're here. Let us now talk about how Tsetse Flies manage to cause so much damage. Why do they claim so many lives? Why farmers are scared to bring their cattle into the fields? It all comes down to just one word: trypanosomosis. Trypanosomiasis. Trypanosomatid is a single-celled organism that is spread by Tsetse Flies and is the thing responsible for claiming over 50,000 lives every year. This protozoan parasite causes sleeping sickness, which is known as trypanosomosis. When the Tsetse Flies tries to feast on human blood, it happens to infect the host with trypanosomatida, which once enters the body, makes its mission to never leave. It starts to rapidly multiply and spread in the host's body. The parasite would start to go into different tissues and organs, which means that from the bloodstream, it would enter the lymphatic system, and with time, it would start to affect the nervous system. And if you think our immune system is strong enough to take care of this, you'd be wrong, because Trypanosomata is way too smart. It fools our immune system by continuously changing its surface molecules and keeps on increasing in numbers without ever getting in grave danger. Sleeping sickness. Once Trypanosomata has spread too far and managed to reach the host's nervous system, it starts developing mental problems along with other symptoms. The reason why we call it sleeping sickness is because it would make the hosts feel tired and dizzy during the day, and they would want to sleep the whole time. But in the night, the host feels severe insomnia, and they won't be able to sleep at all. This way, the disease hinders the sleep schedule of the individual, and the patient won't be able to get decent sleep at all. Now, this might not seem like a big problem, but sleep disorders are very hard to manage for the victims. You can easily underestimate the seriousness. In the earlier stages of the disease, you would feel fever, headache, itch, and rashes, which can happen commonly as well, so these symptoms are often overlooked. It can take months for more serious symptoms to show up, which makes the disease even more challenging to deal with. Once the pathogen has reached the nervous system, more serious symptoms start to develop in the body. These include the sleep disorder we just discussed. Other than that, it also causes confusion, dizziness, mood swings, personality change, tremors, and even seizures. You would even go on to lose the ability to speak and swallow. And in the worst situations, you can even reach a coma. So a harmless little bite from a minute fly can cause such a terrifying outcome for the clueless human who just got bit. Now you know why Tsetse Flies claims thousands of lives every single year. Nagana. If you thought humans are the only victims of these ruthless pathogens, then you would be wrong. Even animals, especially livestock, are terribly affected by Tsetse Flies, as they can cause Nagana, a deadly disease for cattle. The symptoms start with lethargy and a lack of energy in cattle, which slowly grow to anemia, weight loss, infertility, and eventual death. Hence, it would not be wrong to say that Tsetse Flies have managed to create massive fear in the lives of people living in sub-Saharan countries. Why be concerned? This is exactly how Tsetse Flies have managed to slow the progress of development in sub-Saharan countries. The farmers there have to use tools like plow manually, since they can't take their cattle in the open for fear of getting this deadly disease. There are almost 40 countries that are affected largely by Tsetse Flies, and it goes on to terrify the residents there. With an insect as deadly as the Tsetse Fly, it is obvious that we need means to control it, and by control, there must be concrete steps to take care of their rapid growth. While the people most affected by these flies tend to sleep with mosquito nets, it is obviously not enough. It only takes a couple of weeks for a Tsetse Fly to give birth, so they reproduce quite fast. This raises even more warning flags for the population in the affected countries and demands more serious actions against these deadly bloodsuckers. Do you think BS is a good acronym for these flying packets of death? For more such animal videos, make sure that you subscribe to Untamed Animals. Click on the video on your screen to know more about another bloodsucker, the vampire bat. See you there.